All right, it's Allison, Abel, and Janae. Once again, Janae, what are we doing this time?
We are making some amazing vegetable-filled omelets. Now, we all know that breakfast is generally carbohydrates in the standard American diet, right? And so it's one thing to cut out the carbohydrates and have bacon and eggs for breakfast. Okay, that's a step in the right direction. But a step farther in the right direction is adding lots and lots of vegetables to your breakfast along with your protein. And I think that's where people fall short.
That's right.
And that's really where if the diet, if your diet's not working for you, add more vegetables, and that's going to help to improve the nutrient content of your food, improve your digestion, improve the fiber content. So we're going to show you how to do that with an omelet. So you can do this as an omelet or a scramble, depending on how well you can manage the omelet pan.
Yeah. Let's start with the scramble, work up to the omelet.
That's right. And I find that this one is really great because normally I have most of these ingredients just kind of laying around as leftovers from other meals. So we've got some Kalamata olives, which we always have a jar of those in the fridge. Red pepper, we generally always have like half a red pepper left over from something in the fridge. Tomato, sweet onion, green onion, some marinara sauce. We usually have a half a jar of that laying around. Italian seasoning and some fresh basil. So a lot of times when we don't know what to eat for breakfast, we just go grab all the leftovers out of the fridge and throw them into an omelet. And this is the one that wows my family.
That's great.
Whenever I make this for them, they feel like they're being treated very special. Like they're the Queen of England getting this really great omelet. And it's so easy made out of leftovers. But you'll see that this is a way you can get, 5 to 7 servings of fruits and vegetables in the morning for breakfast, which is a great way to start off your day.
It is.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is crack the eggs into the bowl and just give them a little whisk. And while that's happening, we're just going to turn up the...
That was a close one.
Turn up the heat of the pan real quick. Now, all we're going to do is just throw the eggs in here with a little bit of butter. And... try to make an omelet out of them. We'll see. Let's see if we'll make an omelet or a scrambled today.
Butter can be a little trickier than some of the other fats to cook with, so make sure it's not smoking. If it is, you want to take it right off and maybe even use some fresh butter, but you want to keep it right below that point. If you use ghee, it kind of avoids that problem, and that's clarified butter. But yeah, just keep low and slow. Make it easy on yourself.
And also, if you're getting go ahead, throw them in. If you're getting healthy eggs that are from pasture-raised chickens that are eating bugs, you'll notice that the yolks are really, really orange and bright. Yeah. And those are antioxidants in there, and you've also got healthy fats, and both fats and antioxidants are heat sensitive. So when you're cooking your eggs, you're getting the most nutrition out of them when they're cooked at a low heat, low and slow again.
But you do want to make sure that the whites are cooked because those contain some anti-nutrients. It can be a little bit hard on your digestive system, but the yolks you actually want closer to raw.
Exactly.
So, keeping it nice and easy. A lot of people just want to super high heat fry their eggs, and that actually destroys a lot of the nutrition in it. Another thing about eggs is shortly after cooking is the best time to eat them because they'll go rubbery if you let them sit around too long.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's crazy too, like comparing a store-bought egg from just like your grocery store on the corner that's not necessarily like a natural grocery store, compared to like a farm egg. The yolk is like pale, like the most pale yellow color. And if you get like one fresh from the farm or a free-range chicken at the natural grocery store and compare the yolks, it's like bright orange, pale yellow, and they taste different. It's like you've said this before, it's like a different food.
It is a different food.
Different nutrients. One's really good for you, one probably not so much.
Right, and it's great like when you really emphasize the quality of foods. Every single food has its own flavor, and that flavor is a good one. Like a lot of people, they'll say, well, I don't like eggs. And if you don't like eggs, usually that's because you're eating the wrong eggs, right? Or the wrong vegetables or the wrong whatever. So the more you focus on quality, the more naturally the food just tastes great. So you don't have to lean on being a great cook. You can just kind of be a newbie, and as long as you're using fresh things and high-quality foods, it comes out great pretty much every time.
Absolutely. And I remember before I knew that there was a difference in quality between eggs, I couldn't eat eggs. Every time I ate store-bought eggs, I just feel sick to my stomach and just kind of like blah. And then we were driving by out in this farm country, and we were driving by this guy that had eggs for sale. We stopped by, and those eggs were huge. They had the almost red or orange
Yeah.
red yolks. His chickens ate nothing but the bugs in the fields and
I
the grass
love
and
it.
stuff.
Love it.
As soon as I ate those eggs, my body started craving them,
Yeah.
and I eat those eggs. They never make me sick. They make me feel amazing, and it's just it's great how my body can tell the difference between
Right.
a high quality food and a low quality food just in the way I feel.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We grew up with chickens, and it was really interesting because occasionally we'd run out, or all the chickens would get eaten by the neighborhood dogs, and so our flock would be too small to feed us anymore. But at least those chicken eggs were a lot smaller and a lot more dense. It had so much more flavor, so you didn't need as much of them. So you really get full because they were so nutrient dense.
Yeah, and you can try other kinds of eggs too. Duck eggs, goose eggs, and even like, I think we made like a mini
quail
omelet
eggs.
with quail
Yeah,
eggs.
it's adorable.
Okay, who wants to flip this?
Oh, Abel.
Sure.
Okay, omelet or scramble? It's your.
Well, I
it's up
guess
to
we'll
you,
see.
Abel.
This one, yeah. This one might be a little bit tricky here.
Need a second spatula? You got it. Bam, bam, turkey.
Aha!
Alrighty, as soon as you flip it over, you turn the heat off.
Well done, sir.
Good, close enough. Omelet-ish.
Omelet-ish, yeah.
There we go. There we go. That looks great.
Voila.
Brilliant.
All
And there
right.
are a bunch of different techniques to do this. Some are very hard and come out perfectly every time. Some are really easy and come out a little bit more like this. So it's just, no one is going to judge you. If it tastes great, then that's really what you should be
That's
focusing on.
Okay. And I'm all about the flavor. I've never mastered the omelet flipping before. So what we're going to do is throw on a little marinara. Sprinkle some green onions. Now all of these, if you like your omelet a little heated, my partner, he doesn't like cold vegetables in his omelet. So you can always throw these vegetables on the pan, warm them up a little bit. Don't cook them, just warm them, and then throw them in the omelet. If you want to do that, that's fine, just depending on your tastes. I like to eat them raw, so just go with whatever you prefer. All right, and then this is some Italian seasoning. We're just gonna throw some Italian seasoning in there to give it a little bit of extra spice.
And if you don't have Italian seasoning, what should we use instead?
Salt and pepper is fine, but if you
Okay.
don't have Italian seasoning, I recommend going to the store
Yeah.
and spending the $4
That's
and
right.
buying some Italian seasoning. The flavor is amazing, and all of the herbs in Italian seasoning are the medicinal herbs. All those Italian herbs are good for you and actually medicinal. So we're
You
gonna
can even make your own Italian seasoning with
Yeah.
rosemary, oregano.
One thing about herbs and spices in general is that if you don't pay attention and you don't go after quality there, a lot of those are irradiated. And so once they're irradiated, they lose a lot of the nutritional benefit. So if there's a place not to skimp, don't do it on spices for the most part, because the more natural, fresh ones that haven't been irradiated are going to be not only very nutrient dense, but have a lot more flavor. So they'll go a long way. It might seem like they're expensive at first, but you'll find that you actually have to use a lot less because they have so much more flavor.
And when you get herbs and spices from outside of the United States, there's laws that say they have to be irradiated before they come in. And also the growing regulations outside of the U.S. aren't the same as inside. So you might be getting lots of heavy metals and other toxins in your herbs, as well as getting them irradiated. So I always make sure that I'm buying domestic, local herbs when I
Yeah.
can, just to avoid all the toxic things that could happen with your herbs.
And if you haven't looked into it, then you might be surprised to learn that close to your house there's an herb store, or there's a spice store,
Yeah.
that has all these dried herbs. And usually it's in like someone's backyard that's been converted into a little shop. But they're really fun places to go. Look at that.
All right, so
Beautiful.
remember again, you're eating with your eyes first, and then you're eating with your taste buds. So make sure you present it really well. Notice I put the vegetables on the inside of the omelet as well as the outside. Now, this is a whole lot different than just cheese and bacon
Right.
and eggs. This is giving you so many nutrients. It's just a powerhouse of healthy fats, vegetables, fiber, and you've got your protein with the healthy eggs. So
And you're going to feel great.
you're going to feel amazing. Who wants to taste it?
Well, I thought it was all for me.
There you go. It's all you. All right, dig in.
Oh, yeah. Some of the avocado.
Gotta get a little bit of everything in one bite.
Now remember, you can always put salt and pepper on this too if it's not spiced enough for you.
Or chili powder.
That's so good. This is one of my favorite breakfasts.
That is great. It kind of fulfills that that pizza craving too in a little bit. That pasta craving, right?
Yeah, the marinara sauce and olives.
And you'll notice there's no cheese on this omelet. The avocado really kind of replaces the texture of the cheese, so you feel like you're getting cheese, but you're not.
I love it. Thank you. This is terrific.
Is it a win?
It's a win.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right, now we have to chow. Excuse us.